it's your man, Ben John-Paul, and welcome to another episode of SME Round Table. You want to shoot a YouTube video with your smartphone but don't know where to start from? This video is for you. Today's smartphones have really great cameras, and you probably always carry your phone with you. That means you can shoot your videos on the go. Without further ado, let's get started. Here are the 5 tips to consider when filming a YouTube video. Most smartphones have 2 cameras, one in the front and the other at the back. Now, both cameras have become really great. However, the back camera gives you better shots and produces better quality. You get a good feeling of seeing the subject in the front camera when you're using it to film. However, it distracts you from looking at the lens and the final product looks awkward. Therefore, you're better off filming with the back lens, which matches perfectly the YouTube dimensions of hosting video. Most of us will video while holding our phones upright, the same way we do when we're taking a selfie. Now that gives us a portrait shot at the end of the day. If uploaded on YouTube, then it looks awkward because it has 2 thick bars by the side. That makes it look horrible. Nobody wants their video to look like that on YouTube. If you tilt your phone in the landscape format like this, you're going to get a shot that fits perfectly on the dimensions of YouTube when uploaded finally. That's a perfect shot. It looks very beautiful. You don't go to a cinema and then see the screen tilted on one side when you're trying to watch a movie. So we live in a widescreen world. So remember that when you're filming yourself with the phone, you're going to have to keep it landscape. That will give you a perfect shot. For a nice smooth shot, consider keeping and resting your elbows or your hands on a solid surface, something like a table or a railing. That will provide support for you to keep your hands steady while you film. Now, viewers are often distracted by shaky or wobbly camera that distorts the production massively. You don't want to do that. So keep your hands steady by resting them on a solid surface. You can utilize a special equipment like a selfie stick or a tripod, if you have access to that, but you really don't need that. What's important is you can help yourself by steadying your hands, holding your breath, and then taking good shots with your smartphone. Although most smartphones have technology that stabilizes shakes when films have been shot. If your phone has that, your video will benefit from this technology. You have something very essential to say. You want to say it very audibly. Now, one of the things you have to consider is to stay away from environments that are noisy. You don't want to have your voice competing against other sounds or noises, because it's going to be terrible. If you shoot a video and you put it out there, you're not audible, so the viewers can hear what you're saying. It will make no sense to them. Number 2, if there are other sounds competing with your voice, then that's going to drown out your speech, and people will not also hear you. Ideally, you should get an external microphone or a transponder and then put it on you or connect to the device of the phone you're using. But trust me, that is not as important as making yourself audible and staying in an environment that is not noisy. Lighting is probably the most important thing to consider when filming videos on your smartphone. Why is that? Because people want to see the content. That's why they watch videos. To make sure that your video is well lit, stay away from daylight that comes in through windows if you're filming indoors, and stay away from sunlight that is behind you, that is shining behind you if you're filming outdoors. Keep in mind that using the flashlight on the phone would give you a poor output of production that doesn't compare to the off camera. So keep your flash off. I've I've included 3 extra tips as an added bonus for you. Video recording takes up a lot of space and a lot of power. So before you get started, ensure that you go into your phone and remove material that is not relevant, and then click create space so that you can shoot your video and it can be stored on your device. Plus, ensure that your phone is well charged before you get started. You don't want to start shooting a video and then run out of battery in the middle of the shooting. Now, if you're not confident about filming with a back camera on your own, you can get a friend to help you shoot. Let me just follow the tips we have given, so that you can get a good video output. It's all about practice, practice, practice. Now, this may sound cliche, but your 20th video is going to probably look better than the first one. The best movies you've watched have been shot over 100 times before they achieved the quality that you appreciated. Simply keep shooting your video and making mistakes and deleting and reshooting until you achieve the quality that you desire. And finally, sometimes a little editing is required to move your footage from mediocre to wow, something that blows the minds of your audience away. Now, the interesting thing is this. These days, you don't need to invest in fancy software or applications to be able to do this. Your smartphones carries the power that can, be able to use applications that do, simple editing for you. Let's quickly recap. 1, the things you need to consider while shooting video for YouTubers. 1, use your back camera instead of your front camera. Always use your back camera because it has a stronger resolution and can give you a better output. Always film your video in landscape mode, because that way you're able to fit properly into the YouTube dimensions when the video is uploaded there. Keep your camera steady to avoid your video wobbling. You can do this by resting your hands on a solid surface, something like a table or a railing. Be audible and stay away from an environment that is not noisy. This will allow what you're saying to be heard by your audience and to keep them attracted to your video. And finally, lighting is probably the most important thing while filming on your smartphone for YouTube. This is so important because it allows the subject to be seen very clearly and avoids the distraction of backlighting. Ensure you have good lighting in front of the subject while filming your video. That pretty much wraps up this video. I hope you took some value from this episode of the SME Roundtable. Thank you so much for tuning in. Hit the like button if this video has helped you. And remember to subscribe so that you can receive more content from the SME Roundtable. Don't forget to leave a comment below about the next video you plan to shoot. Hey, are you ready to start shooting YouTube videos on your smartphone? Go on and have some fun. See you in the next video.